There you go.
Here we go. All right. I think we're live. Rory, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
All right. Well, good deal. Okay, so my name is Josh Gwynn, and my co-host is Rory Breland. And in this webinar, we're going to be presenting the top ad, the #1 ad that real estate agents can run on Facebook to generate leads and sales. So the #1 ad that we've been running to generate buyer leads and sales. And the name of my company is Redline Digital Marketing. I'm a social media marketing consultant. I'm also a real estate agent in Louisiana. Rory, my co-host, is one of my clients and is the broker and owner of Blackstone Partners, which is his real estate broker. So he's an actively practicing real estate agent. He is also a top producing real estate agent in the Baton Rouge market with over $71 million in real estate transactions in his career. And so I brought Rory on. He was nice enough to jump on here and come on and kind of talk about what we've been doing and how it's been working. Just in case I missed something, he's here to back me up with it. So Rory, do you have anything you wanted to start?
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Josh. I appreciate you having me. As Josh said, my name is Rory Breland. I'm a active broker in the Baton Rouge market here in Louisiana. And just to give you a little bit of background of what that market consists of so that you can compare that maybe to where you are. We're a metropolitan area of about 500,000 population. We have approximately 2,500 licensed realtors in this immediate service area, a little over 5,000 transactions in a given year. Our median sale price runs $250,000 just combined through the service area that we're in. So we're not a huge market, but I put that out there so that you have an idea of the market that we're operating in, and maybe you can compare that to where you are. I have been in the business for 16 years. I run a office here with multiple agents, and like any other producer or broker, I'm constantly looking for new sources for lead generation, methods for converting those leads, and great tools that I can equip my agents with for improving their production and their success here in this marketplace. So as we'll get into that, I'll talk some more with Josh, but I'll pass it back to you.
Cool, man. Yeah, thank you very much for being here. And so we're going to go ahead and get started. So the topic of today's presentation is the #1 Facebook ad that real estate agents can run to generate leads. So this is probably going to be a little bit different than what you've seen or maybe what you've been running on Facebook. This kind of runs a little bit counterintuitive to that most real estate agents are doing on Facebook, which is most of the time agents post their specific listings. And so we want to do something and show you something that kind of sets you apart from doing just that, because we feel like that's what most agents are doing in markets that are marketing on Facebook. So we're going to show you something a little bit different. A couple of just housekeeping items here. Depending on where you're watching this webinar, this live training, there may be a chat box over on the right side of the training. So if there is a chat box on that side, then you feel in there. And if it's after this live recording of this webinar, then it will actually email us. Now, again, depending on where you're watching, if it's on YouTube or if it's on another page, there may not be a chat box there. So if you have any questions about it or about the course, you can feel free to email me at josh@redlinehd.com. So I'm happy to try to answer your questions, even if it's after the fact. So, but without further delay, we're going to go ahead and get started. So screen with you and jump into this presentation. So Rory, feel free to jump in here at any point during this. Can you see my screen?
Yep, I got it.
Okay, so again, this presentation is the #1 Facebook ad for realtors to generate leads. So if you were only going to run one type of ad on Facebook for your real estate business, this would be the one. So again, we've kind of already introduced ourselves. My business, again, is Redline Digital Consulting. And my company consults with other companies that range from startups to 300 million in annual revenues. So we represent companies kind of all all over the board in terms of size and revenue. I am a licensed real estate agent in Louisiana. I've been a real estate agent licensed since 2006 until about 2010. And then I switched out to being an online instructor as well as a social media consultant for businesses. So I have a consulting company now. I've taught over 9,786 students on my online courses. And my co-host is Rory Breland, who is the broker and owner of Blackstone Partners. We talked about him being a 16-year industry veteran. He's the broker owner of Blackstone, and he's done that's over 71 million now, isn't it, Rory?
It's 70 something.
70 something. All right. So my slide's a little bit outdated, so we'll have to change this for the next time we run through it. But Rory, the point of this is that Rory has been in this business for a long time. He's done a lot of real estate transactions, and so he'll be able to add a lot of credibility to what we're doing from what he's seeing on the brokerage side, whereas I on the social media side and the digital marketing side of things. So we'll kind of lean on each other here for different opinions. So here's what you'll learn in this. We're going to talk about the #1 Facebook ad for realtors that you can run to double your leads from Facebook. Leads that you're getting from Facebook in the next 30 days would be the goal. We're going to talk about the key things you need to make sure you include in this ad. This is, again, something we're going to show you with this, and we're going to show you an example of this ad at work on Rory's Facebook page for his business. But this is one of the examples that's going to set you apart from what other people are doing in your market. We're going to show you proof that this works. So we're going to show you actual website traffic and leads from Rory's website. And then if you want to learn more after this webinar, which we have about 45 minutes on this webinar, our best stuff for 45 minutes. And if you still want to learn more after that, we're going to show you where you can go to get more information after that, or continue this learning process. So we're also going to give you a bonus for staying right till the end of this webinar. So I know everybody's busy. I know your time, even though this webinar is free, your time is not free. And so we recognize that. And we want to give you a bonus for staying to the end of the course or this webinar today. So the bonus is a 5-day cheat sheet that I put together it's a quick start for Facebook for real estate agents. So these 5 steps are things you can do over the next 5 days to get you started on generating leads from your Facebook marketing efforts. These are the exact steps that I would use with a new real estate client. So it also contains links to all of the resources that you would need to be able to see videos on these particular things. So we're going to give you this 5-day cheat sheet for staying till the end. So just remind me at the end to tell you where to get the cheat sheet, or Rory, remind me to tell everybody where to get the cheat sheet if I forget.
Okay.
So, all right. So now, without further rambling, but I'm going to second more. So I kind of want to give you my background for why I do this type of work and where this course came from. So I told you that I was a licensed real estate agent in Louisiana. I was actually a commercial real estate agent, and I got licensed in 2006. And from 2006 to about 2008, things were really good. So I was actually a top producer over at one of the commercial real estate firms in Baton Rouge. And then everybody knows what happened to the real estate market in 2008. And all of a sudden, it became not really that fun to be on the commercial real estate industry in our market. It actually didn't get really bad here until about 2010. And so, but it got to the point. It never got to the point in our market where it was impossible to make money. So I was always making a living doing real estate, but it got to the point where on the commercial side anyway, deals just took forever to do because the banks had frozen up their lending, and it was just making it extremely hard to do deals. So I ended up leaving the real estate industry in 2010, and I kept my license active, but I went to do some other stuff. I'd also run a business during that time. I had a fitness franchise. I sold that business, and then I decided I needed a break from all of that, the real estate, and I went and worked for a large automotive group. So I was the director of marketing for a $550 million automotive group, and I was responsible for all of the social media marketing and digital marketing for 13 dealerships. And the whole time I was at this automotive group learning this stuff, I was thinking the whole time, man, these techniques would be so awesome in real estate. All of this stuff would work. Automotive and real estate are very similar from a marketing standpoint in that they are very high dollar per client purchases. So there's a lot of money to be made in commission on a car sale. There's also a lot of money to be made in commission on a real estate transaction, even more than a car sale. In some cases, a lot more. And so the whole time I was learning these techniques, I was like, man, I'm in real estate. So I kind of kept that in my back pocket. And then when I left the automotive company, I started my own consulting company, Redline Digital. And so one of my goals in starting that company was to work with the real estate industry. And so when I started working with Rory, we started implementing some of these things for his business, for Blackstone, that we're going to show you. And they worked phenomenally well. And not only did they work phenomenally well, but we almost eliminated our competition in doing these things, because there's nobody really in our market that's doing anything like this. And so we're going to show you those things. Rory, do you have anything you want to add to that?
Yeah, I would, Josh. One thing is the audience that we're really trying to direct this at. So people that have been in the industry and are already using Facebook, this is definitely going to be deviating from probably what you're used to. This is not intended to be posting on Facebook the same way that you would, I'm going to say recreationally, where it's what I'm going to call push advertising or push marketing, where you're promoting things, you're putting something out there for someone to engage and possibly comment or respond. We are going to be shifting our mindset to a pull type of method, a pull marketing, where our interest is to come up with ads and angles that cause people to reach out to you, not the push that normally happens through social media and Facebook advertising. Just a mindset I'd want to put out there from the get-go.
Yeah, definitely. No, that's absolutely good. This is more about going out there and being a resource to your customers. And you'll hear me say that a couple of times in this training. But you want to be a resource, and it's when you post just one single property that you're listing on Facebook, you're not really being a resource, because if somebody is not interested in that exact property, then they're just going to pass up that post and they're not going to give it a second glance, which means that post didn't really do them any service, and it didn't really do you any service, because they didn't really look at it for that long. So we're going to show you how to do that a little bit differently in this training. So here we go. The number one Facebook ad to double your real estate leads in 30 days. So here is the type of ad that we're talking about. And once we go through this, I'm going to jump in. We're going to show you an example of this and how you can set it up. But it is a list post. So it's not just one property. You're linking to a list of multiple properties. That list could be any type of property or neighborhood that's popular in your market. So it could be the top 13 prior market. It could be a list of homes from the country club in your town, which in town is a very popular high dollar area to be in, the country club of Louisiana. It could be a list of properties that are for sale with swimming pools. It could be a list of properties that are for sale on golf courses. So, but the idea that you want to create a list of properties that you can link people to your website or to your landing page, and they get to see a list of properties rather than just one. And so if you think about what we're doing here, we're linking to multiple properties. So if somebody's not interested in the one particular property that they see a picture of, then there's still something in there for them. So if they're looking for price reductions, which everybody wants to see price reductions. If they're in the market for a house, they're clicking through to look at price reductions. We're going to show you an ad like that in a second. So then you're becoming a resource to that customer. And the third key point that you want to make sure you do is make sure you include your contact information in every post that you do. So we're going to show you that in a second. So Rory, do you have anything you want to add while I jump over to your Facebook page?
A couple of the tools that are in place here in order to do this, many agents and brokers I'm sure already have these, but I'm going to point them out. In order to do a list post, we are using a IDX feed. So you will need an IDX vendor who's somehow provided through your local board of realtors. Most brokerages and agents have something like this in place already, but there are a number of them out there. There are a number of third-party vendors that are providing this through lead capture websites. We will be using one of those today, but in order to post a list, you will need access to that IDX feed, and also that's what's going to get you to the multiple properties and the details there. It's a key component to this actually working, as opposed to just putting a single listing out there that maybe the property you have listed.
Well, and you can also put a link to, if your MLS allows you to take a group of properties that you email to a prospective client, if they're looking in a specific neighborhood, be able to develop a list of those with your MLS service that you email to that client, and they link directly into that particular page of your MLS. So you can actually do that as well.
Right.
What Rory's talking about is it works better if you link to a website where you can capture their lead information. But it's not critical, it's not required. In fact, we in a course that we're going to show you in a little bit, we show you a loophole for how to capture leads from customers without necessarily having to do this. But it makes it far easier if you have the type of website that we're going to show you, where you actually can generate leads and customers can create a login and username for your website. So let me jump into this. All right, tell me, Rory, when you can see this.
Okay.
Can you see your page?
Yeah, got it.
This is the Facebook page for Blackstone Partners, and one of the things that you will notice is we have some really awesome, custom graphics from a listing that Rory has, and this is something that in the course that we're going to show you that we have available. I'll show you how to create this and how you can create this type of custom graphic easily. So but what I want to show you is we're going to jump into a specific list post that we did on Rory's page. So let's go ahead and jump in here. All right, so this is a really good one. Okay, this is not where I wanted to get, so give me 1 second and we'll pull it up here. Okay, so this is what we're looking at. All right, so this is an example of what we're talking about when we say a list post. So this was a post that we ran on Blackstone Partners, which is Rory's real estate brokerage. And it was to the top 13 price reductions in the Baton Rouge real estate market. And so you notice that, first of all, the text of the ad talks about the top 13 price reductions in the Baton Rouge real estate market. And it has Rory's contact information, or you can see all price reductions here. So this is a link that will link back to his website, which we're going to show in a second, that shows all of these price reductions on one page. Here's what I want you to notice about this ad. Number one, we're using a professional photograph. Using a professional photograph like this will increase your visibility on your ad significantly. So this is far better to use a professional photograph like this than to use a picture from an iPhone or an amateur photography or something like that, because it catches attention. So green grass, blue skies, beautiful property. This works exceptionally well to get potential clients that are looking for properties. And real estate actually has an advantage in this respect, because you can post something that grabs eyeballs. A picture like this will grab attention immediately. Notice that this ad reached 43,000 people. So if you think about that, 43,954 people. Look at this. The paid reach, which was using an ad, 43,874. The organic reach, which is what you would get if you did not run an ad on Facebook, was only 80 people. So this is the difference between reaching 80 people and reaching 43,874 people. It is a significant difference and advantage for you to use paid Facebook ads to market your property. I want to show you something else. But first, let me show you this. So when you click into this link, it's going to open a page on Rory's website. Listings. Now, this has been a little while since we've run this ad, so you notice it said 13. There are only 4 because all the other ones sold or were removed. So now it only has 4 homes with price reductions. But this is an ad that you can run for weeks and weeks or even a month and using this. So now when somebody clicks through and they start looking at these properties and they click into one and then they see what the details of that property are, and then maybe I'm not really interested in that one. They click back out and they go back to the list page, and then maybe they go into this one and they look at the details of this property. And so at some point, it will prompt them to create a username and password. And that's what just happened here. So now they put their name and their first and last name and their email address. And they have to do this to continue to look at photos. And so at that point, they become a potential lead. And so then Rory can start the follow-up process with them and hand that lead off to one of his agents. And so that makes this highly effective. What's also highly effective about it, and we'll jump back into the Facebook ad here, is that people know when they see this that it's not just one property. Whereas if this were just one property listing and they looked at this ad, or they looked at this picture and they didn't like what they saw in this picture, if it were one property listing, they would pass this ad up. But because they can see that it's 13 price reductions, there is a much higher incentive for them to click in and take a look at what's going on. And so check this out. So when you look at this, 43,000 people reached. Notice that 2,881 people clicked the website. So this one ad generated almost 3,000 visitors to Rory's website, a lot of which ultimately became leads that he is now following up with. So this is why when we say that this type of ad generates a ton of leads, this is much, much more effective than running a post just for a property that you have listed, because you become a resource to people by showing them the price reductions in that market. So think about if this were for a specific neighborhood. Think about the most popular neighborhood in your city where you practice real estate, and think about running an ad for all of the sale properties, all the properties that are for sale in that neighborhood. Well, if you think about it, then somebody looking for a property in that neighborhood is going to click to your website from this Facebook ad, even if they don't like the picture that they see, because they know that there's 10 or 20 or 30 more properties for sale that they can go look at. And so you're becoming a resource to that person rather than just an annoyance in their news feed when they see an ad that they have no interest in. So Rory, did you have anything you add to that?
Yeah, I would actually. This is a tremendous opportunity, as Josh has mentioned several times, about being a resource to people and using what we call scrubbed down content. So whatever it may be of value, but I really want you to open your thinking up with this because this is a tremendous branding opportunity. If you decide that you want to be the luxury marketing person, then obviously your post can be geared towards that audience. You may decide that you want to really cater to investors, and so you want to post the top 5 investment opportunities in your service area. The opportunity is really limitless as to what you can brand yourself for. So this is extremely valuable for new agents who want to get themselves presented in a market where they can have an immediate audience and an immediate brand about themselves. And it is also a great way to break into a market. You may have an area of your market where there's a particular brokerage or an agent that seems to have the area wrapped up, and you want to get in there. This is a great way to do it. It gives you some presence immediately in front of a captured audience, and whether that's through price reductions, new opportunities, or some unique offering, you're delivering a scrubbed down content. And that is what you have to keep in mind is what can I put out there that's going to be really attractive and brand me to the group of people I'm trying to get myself in front of. So that's, to me, as much of a tool here as anything.
Yeah, that is a very good point. In fact, I want to reiterate that. If I was going back into real estate on the residential real estate side, this is exactly what I would do to get a foothold in the market. I would pick out the top neighborhood in our market with the top sales price average, so the highest average sales price, and I would run ads for that neighborhood. So when people see those ads, they associate me with that particular neighborhood. It's a high price per square foot or a high average sale price neighborhood, so I know that the commission from a deal in that neighborhood is going to be significant. And I know that doing a list post like this would immediately start generating a flood of traffic to my website and leads into my account where I can start following up with those potential customers. So this is exactly what I would do as a new agent. It's exactly what I would recommend to existing agents to do to start really dominating your market on Facebook ads. So let me show you a little bit further proof that this works, and I'm sure Rory's going to want to jump in here and about this. We're going to look at Rory's website. So here's Rory's website, which it's a really good website. So some lessons to take. This is a very straightforward website in that when the customer comes here, a potential lead, they can start searching immediately. So it's very obvious what the first step for them to do is. But let's look at the analytics for Rory's website. So here's his dashboard. Here's you can see his picture over here and his name. There you go. Rory, it looks like you need to check some of your notifications here too, man.
Yeah, my reminders.
I assume that's what that is. But it's very good that you have 162 because that means that there's a lot of activity happening here.
Yeah.
But let's just take a look at this. So we're going to scroll down, and what we're looking at right here is these are the top referring links to Rory's site. So in other words, the traffic that comes from Google or Facebook or some other site that lands on Rory's site that we just looked at, top referring links for the last 90 days. Notice that number one right here is Facebook. Number two is Google organic search, which means that's people searching Google and landing on Rory's site. Number three, again, is Facebook. So check out the amount of traffic that was delivered in the last 90 days from Facebook alone, from just the number one source. That was over 3,268 visitors to Rory's website from Facebook in the last 90 days. His new leads, people that signed up, where we show you that people can put their name and their email address, was 45. So 45 leads from Facebook in the last 90 days. More leads from Facebook than from Google, which Google got 30. And then Facebook got another 7 here. The difference between these two is the M right here, where you see the M, that's mobile. So traffic coming from mobile. So you can see that the lion's share of traffic coming to Roy's website, as well as his new leads, were coming from the mobile version of Facebook. So they were on a mobile device. And this is the desktop version of Facebook. So that tells you how much traffic now is being generated from mobile devices. But that's a whole nother webinar training right there. So if we keep going, the top landing pages. So these are where we sent traffic to on Rory's website. So the first one obviously is going to be his host of the traffic is going to go to his website. But you can see that all of these other sources were from ads that we were running on Facebook. So this was a an ad that looks like it had some bank-owned real estate as well as some multifamily and foreclosure. So this may have been an investment property listing that we ran on Facebook. That generated 15 new leads. This particular one right here generated 20 new leads. So everything but the first one, which was Rory's homepage, was an ad that we were running on Facebook, because that's how those people ended up on this site. So you can see the amount of traffic that came from those sources. So in other words, Facebook, these ads that we're telling you how to run here, Facebook generates a tremendous amount of traffic to Rory's website. In fact, it's the #1 source of traffic and registrations, new leads to his website. Rory, you want to add anything?
Yeah, sure. As agents and brokers that are watching this, we all know that there's loads of opportunities for you to buy ads online or to do some of your own marketing. And we're all doing the same thing. We're all trying to find the most effective and cost-effective way of accomplishing great lead capture. And so, pay-per-click advertising, and the competition is very tough in all of these locations. And so the idea here is to really reduce the amount of money that you're having to spend and to improve the quality of the leads that you're getting. Just as a note, our Facebook ads run us anywhere from $150 to $300 in a given month for the lead generation that we're doing. So we find it to be very cost effective. We have spent thousands of dollars through pay-per-click ads, through purchased ads from Zillow, Trulia, or other online platforms. And by far, this has been the most cost-effective and really just the most effective based on the effort that we've put into it and the results that we're seeing from it. So I know other brokers and agents are going to be comparing to their other lead resources. Hands down, this is our number one.
Yeah, that's a very, very good point, because I know personally other agents in the market that are spending $2,000 or $3,000 a month buying leads from Trulia. That person has told me that those ads don't convert almost at all. In fact, I think canceled that advertising platform and buying leads from Trulia because they just weren't generating the closing percentage that they were looking for. So when you compare that to the cost of Facebook advertising, or when you even compare Facebook advertising to the cost of Google ads, Facebook is far more cost effective than any of these other platforms that I'm aware of. So, all right, well, let me jump back to this presentation. Rory, can you see that?
Yep, you're good.
Okay, so that was the type of Facebook ad that we recommend running. And again, remember, it's a list post. So list from either your MLS or from on your website of a specific neighborhood or a specific type of property. Maybe it's multifamily properties, or maybe it's properties above $600,000, so a luxury home. Or maybe it's properties on golf courses. But whatever you want to do, you want to include multiple properties in that list. So when somebody sees it on Facebook, they see your post or they see your ad, that you are a resource to them, that they know when they click through to that link, there are going to be multiple properties for them to look at on the other side of it, not just one. The main takeaway from this, so the thing that we want you to remember about this training is that what we're talking about is having a marketing system in place. So these Facebook ads that we're running, and we've tried quite a few different ones for different things. And the one we showed you, the price reduction ad, is one of the most effective ones that we've used. But the most important thing is to have a marketing system. It needs to be effective. It needs to be repeatable. It needs to set you apart from your competition and you a resource. So Rory, what acronym can we use with ERSM? Can we make up an acronym for this?
Every realtor sells more. I don't know.
That's really, man, that was really good off the cuff. Wow, I wasn't even close to that. I was trying to go MERS and MERS. No, that doesn't sound really good. So anyway, but you need a marketing system that is effective, repeatable, sets you apart, and makes you a resource. That's what's the most important thing. So, test us on this. Go out and try a list post. Go out and create a list post where it includes your name, your phone number, and a link to your property, and you use a professional picture. And I gave you my email address at the beginning of this this webinar training. Send me an email and tell me how this works. This has worked phenomenally well for us, but I'm interested to hear how it works in your market. So let us know. I believe that if you don't set up Facebook ads like this, you are leaving money on the table. You could be getting more leads that you should be getting if you don't do these ads. So remember, this is not theory. This is exactly what we're doing to get these results. Rory's leads more than doubled last year in 2000 from the previous year, and the only thing that we were doing different was Facebook. In fact, Rory had been doing Google ads the previous year before we started working together, and had canceled those once we started doing Facebook ads because they were so much more effective at generating leads. And we are literally dominating our market on Facebook without the competition really knowing what we're doing. So this is highly effective, and it's a competitive advantage right now. So I would definitely recommend taking advantage of it quickly. So what this is about. It's about getting more leads with less headache. You're going where the competition is not. This is about more customers in your pipeline so your leads don't dry up. It's about getting more sales. Maybe you want to be a top producer in your company. But mainly it's just about having a system that works. This system is repeatable. It's not difficult to set up once you know how to do it, and it works extremely well. So, I'm not sure why you showed up on this training today, why you're watching this. Maybe at this point you're not doing any Facebook ads. I know there's a lot of real estate agents out there not doing any Facebook ads. Maybe you're doing some Facebook marketing isn't really working for you. Or maybe you are doing Facebook ads and it's working, but you just want to supercharge your efforts and make it work really well. So there's basically two ways to get the results that you're looking for. The first one is the slow way, which is an example of that is the picture on your screen. This is the trial and error way, and this is the way I learned Facebook advertising. I had to go leave the industry and go work for another company that spent over $150,000 on Facebook ads in 1 year in order to learn this. So I basically feel like I got a PhD on Facebook advertising and digital marketing on scholarship because it was at somebody else's expense. It was at the company that I was working for all of that learning. So this is definitely the slow way, which I don't recommend, but it's the way I learned it. And then there's also the fast way, the way that can save you time and money and get results. So we promised you at the beginning of this webinar training that we would show you if you wanted to learn more, you could go to learn more. So I put together a course called Facebook Ads for Real Estate Agents. This is the fast way to learn this. This is the way to get these results. And all of what I teach in this course is based upon what Rory and I have been doing with his brokerage to generate these leads. So what is it? This course is our exact blueprint to make you a Facebook ads expert. And I hesitate to even use the word expert. I really don't like that word because to me it's a little bit pompous, but really I just don't know any other word to use. But basically what we mean is you're going to know more about this or as much about this as anybody that's in your market. You'll probably know more about Facebook advertising than 95% of the agents in your market. This is the fastest way that I know of to get you more leads and more sales using Facebook ads. So this is it's an online video training course. What is included in it? Oh, I'm sorry, I jumped ahead there. So what's included? It is HD video training modules. So you literally watch over my shoulder as I show you exactly how these Facebook ads. I show you how to set up your Facebook page. Even if you're starting from scratch and you don't have a Facebook business page, I show you all of that. I include PDF templates for everything that you would need to know to set up your Facebook ads and to be the most effective possible at them. So any ad copy that Rory and I have used on ads that are the most effective, I give you templates for that. There's also a Q&A discussion with every lecture. So at every lecture, you can type in a question and it emails me when you have a question. So I literally can go in and answer your question at any point in time. You can always ask questions on it. We are also including, Rory has created a training on how to use property management and leasing to explode your business. This training is something that he is putting the finishing touches on right now, and we are including it as a bundle with this webinar today, with this webinar training. We're including it as a bundle with the Facebook Ads for Real Estate Agents course. Rory, do you want to add anything about this, or did you want to add it at the end when we talk about more about your course?
I'll add a little bit more at the end.
Okay, cool. So Rory's course is $7 value. We also are including a live Q&A session with Rory and myself. So this is something that we don't offer regularly. Rory does not do live Q&A sessions at all, I don't think. So this is something that we're making available to people that get this course when they see this webinar. So the idea is that this course bundle is a 30-day masterclass. So you can go, we know people will go through it faster. If it were me taking this course, I'd go through the whole thing in probably the first 2 days, and then I go back through it and learn it. But the idea is that this is a 30-day masterclass. So if you wanted to take a lecture each day and go through it, that you would have all of the content mastered in 30 days. So what's included in the course? So here are some of the modules that we're going to cover in the Facebook Ads for Realtors course. It is how to set up your Facebook page. So I'm going to walk you from the beginning how to set up a Facebook business page correctly the first time. So even if you don't have a Facebook business page, don't worry. I'm going to walk you through how to do it. You get to watch over my shoulder as I set one up. I'm going to show you an easy way to add an amazing cover photo like on Rory's page. I'm going to show you an easy way to add an amazing cover photo to your face. I'm going to give you my template to make sure your Facebook page ranks in Google. Now, this is important because the higher your Facebook page ranks in Google, the more your Facebook page is linked to your website. So the better your Facebook page ranks in Google, the more it pushes your website up in Google when people are searching for homes for sale in your market, for example. So I'm going to give you a template for how to do that. It's a copy and paste template. So you can copy my exact template that I use. I'm going to show you how to post on Facebook so you get more leads. So we kind of went through the #1 type of ad that you should run, and there's other ads that we've run on Facebook as well that have been very effective. So I'm going to show you how to post on Facebook so you get more leads. We're going to show you how to set up your first Facebook ad in 10 minutes. So the first ad that you run can be set up in 10 minutes. We're going to show you how to set it up the correct way to maximize your leads from the beginning. So that's what this is all about. We want to make sure that you're using Facebook in a way to maximize your leads, not just to post, not just to stay in front of people, but to maximize the leads that you get from Facebook. We're also going to talk about what your website needs to generate tons of buyer leads. So we talked about it a little bit. Rory mentioned that you need to have a website that can capture leads, but there's also a way to make this work without a website. Even if you don't have a website at all for your real estate practice, I'm going to show you a loophole that you can use to still generate potential buyer leads from a landing page. And I'm going to show you how to set that up easily. We're going to show you how to set up an ongoing Facebook lead pipeline. So once you determine what people respond to in terms of your Facebook ads, we're going to show you how to set that up for long-term lead generation. I'm going to show you how to get HD video for a listing. So even if you don't have an HD, have never created a video before, I'm going to show you how to get an HD video listing for your property for free. I'm going to show you how to create a video post in Facebook. And Rory may want to jump in here. We created a video post for an open house in Facebook. Rory called me on a Friday, and he had an open house that he was running on a Sunday. He's like, "Man, we need to get some ads running to this open house and get some attention to it." And so for most other types of ads, that would be impossible to do that on a Friday and to have that ad run through Sunday. But with Facebook ads, it's entirely possible. So we set that Facebook ad to run on, I think we did, Rory, if I remember correctly, I think we did a $30 or $50 budget. I think it was a $30 budget. And y'all ended up getting a listing contract on that property within a day of doing the open house, and then getting like 2 more buyers leads. Isn't that right?
Yeah. In fact, the property went under contract the following Monday. My agent who staffed the open house had the video running there and was commented that they saw the video online. He in turn used that as a listing presentation opportunity to show how we market. Picked up a listing of their home, which was just at the $300,000 mark, wrote a purchase agreement for them to buy a $700,000 home. Collectively, just that spinoff business, aside from the listing we were advertising, was $1 million in production from that video.
$1 million in production, so roughly 25 to 30 grand in commission if you just got the buyer side.
Yeah.
And on an ad that cost, even if it cost $100, it didn't, but
it was a $30 ad.
$30 ad. Okay, that's what I initially thought, but I was like, nah, it can't be that low. But yeah, so that's the kind of return on your investment that you can get when you run this type of ad. And I'll show you how to set this type of ad up as well for your open houses. Now, I wouldn't recommend waiting till the Friday before. But anyway, they work extremely well. I'm also going to show you the top Facebook ads that we've run. So Rory and I put together the top Facebook ads that we ran in 2015, the ones that generated the most leads and the most engagement and the most traffic to his website. And I'll show you all of those, exactly the ones we ran. I also have a quick start guide to get you results from day one. This is a PDF guide. This is an additional resource to the course to start getting your results immediately. One of the things with this type, when you learn anything new, one of the most important things I feel like is taking action quickly. So when you cover a lot of material, it's hard. It's easy to get bogged down sometimes. So I try to make it as easy as possible for you to take immediate action. So there's several PDF resources that I'm going to give you that are quick start guides or cheat sheets that help you get started immediately. I want you to start getting results from day one. We also include all future updates with this course. So Rory and I are continuing to run ads, and when we find an ad that works exceptionally well, we're going to screenshot it and add it to this course and show you how you can use it in your real estate practice as well. So you get future updates of this course included for free when you get it today. Now, this will not always be the case. In the future, this may be a course that is a monthly cost to get this course. Right now, you get all future updates included. So also, we have bundle bonuses. So just for being on this webinar today, and if you decide to get this course today, we're going to include a couple of things that aren't regularly included with the course. Number one is a live Q&A with Rory and myself. So when you get the course, we will set up a time to do a live Q&A with students in the course and answer all of your questions. So you can ask us questions live. We can take a look at particular Facebook pages. It's a way where you can get access to us, and that's something, again, like I said, Rory does not normally even offer that. You know, I'd charge in the neighborhood of $150 to $200 an hour for that type of consulting. So when we say this is a $200 value, it literally is. Also, you're going to get Rory's video course on using property management and leasing to explode your business, which is a course that he is working on and putting the finishing touches on. Every time I talk to him, he is working on this course. So this is a $197 value. This is something that Rory uses in his business and encourages his agents to use. And again, it's one of those things that not many people are really using this type of strategy to get leads. So up over and show this course. So this is what the homepage of his course looks like. And this is not even available to the public yet. This is a pre-sale bundle that we're including today, and then you won't be able to get this course again for a while. But Rory, what did you want to say about this this training?
Yeah, thanks. You know, as with just like the Facebook course that you're promoting here, the idea behind all of this is to really differentiate yourself. And you know, in 2007, we started offering management and doing leasing services, which was a little bit outside of the norm in our service area for a residential brokerage to just step off and do. And we spent several years really perfecting it, lots of trial and error. But in the end, what we came up with was some fantastic lead generation and conversion opportunities that we found that other agents, frankly, were not able to capitalize on. So we've taken that and we've taken our best practices and many of the models and systems that we use, checklists and sample documents and things, and put that together into a comprehensive course for the brokers and agents out there that have thought about this, but for whatever reason have not decided to really step into it. There's a couple of main points I'm going to make about this course, this audience, and this type of work. One is that the pool of people that are tied to management and leasing of property is huge. It's actually growing, and it's larger now than it has been in the last decade. There's a lot of reasons for that, and we're going to explain that to you in the course and how you can capitalize on it. The other thing is the timeline of the sales cycle. It's gotten very long, and so capturing people as they begin home shopping is very traditional, and that's where we see a lot of competition mounting up, which is why we've come up with the Facebook course to try and contend there. But using leasing is actually a little bit before that timeline. So the sales cycle still is long, but you're actually catching people before other agents are there. So there's fewer agents to compete with. The last one is that management itself, not everyone wants to be involved in management, but it is a revenue generator for you that's steady. So as an individual agent, you know that your production starts over every year. As a broker, your production starts over. You're relying on agent production to generate revenue. And this creates a baseline revenue stream that we found to be very, very advantageous. It helps us to better predict our profitability. It helps us to generate new leads that come through relocation companies and so forth that are just ahead of actually purchasing. And those new leads have agents now that we can send them to. And it just increases our lead volume. So you're going to learn a number of things here, how to set up your business for doing this, whether you're doing just leasing, doing leasing and management. We're going to give you sample documents, flow charts, and things that we have used and perfected in our business. And some of this will need to be adjusted from one brokerage to the next. But without a doubt, it will be and is the most comprehensive startup that I can find for stepping into this type of business, and it's a huge shot in the arm to your office or to your personal production.
Yep. So that is that's Rory's property management and leasing to explode your business. So that is something that, again, that course is not available to the public right now. It's something Rory is putting the finishing touches on, and it's $197 value that you get as part of this bundle today. So just as a recap, the total, what you get. So when you get this bundle today, you're going to get Facebook Agents 30-day training course. That's $197 value. If it were separate, that is the price of that course. Rory's lead conversion training. This is his property management training for how to explode your business that we just talked about. That's $197 value. So those two courses separately are each $197. We're doing a live Q&A, which we'll schedule with you once you enroll in the full course. We'll let you know when the live Q&A is going to be. That's a $200 value. We also have quick start guide and the additional templates with both of these courses, which is $150 added value. So the total value that you're getting today is $744. And that is just a value of what we put with these particular individual modules. I can tell you that I've been doing Facebook ads now for the last 5 years. The company that I was with, $1,000 on it. I've spent personally over $1,000 just in training to learn this stuff. So what you're getting in terms of experience is a lot greater than that. But you're basically, with what you're getting today, you're getting a $744 in value course bundle today for $297. So the total today is less than the cost of just the two courses separately, without any of the templates, the bonuses, or the live training. So if you were to buy these two courses separately, it would be $400 for both courses. You can get both of them today for only $297. So if you want to go ahead and get the courses, we're going to put a button either below. So look below this video or on the side of this video, depending on where you're watching it. We'll make it very obvious. You can get, there's going to be a button that says get the course. And what that's going to do is that's going to take you over to a screen that looks like the following. Let's see if I can get in here. So this was the Facebook ads for real estate agents. This is the course page for that course. But when you click button, what it's going to do, it's going to take you directly into the checkout. So you're going to see a page that looks like this, and it's going to say Facebook ads for real estate agents at the top, and the price is $297. Again, this is the special bundle pricing. So if you get this after this webinar replay expires, then it'll be $197 for each course, whereas today you're getting both of them for the $297. So when you come to this page, it's going to prompt you to set up an account. So you will need to put your full name in there. I'm going to show you how to set up an account here. We'll just create a password, and then we'll confirm. Do this, and you create your account, and you go into sign up. It's going to take you to the payments details page, and what that is going to do is going to look like this. So it has the payments details page, and you can either pay with a credit card or with PayPal. So once you go through there, it's going to take you directly into the course, and you can start learning. So we also have, there's also a version of this course where you can get, you can do it with 2 payments. So we broke it up into 2 payments of $149. So you can either pay it all up front for $297, or you can get it 2 payments of $149, and you get both courses. You get all the bonuses, the live Q&A. So what we'll do is below this video, wherever you're watching this, I'll put one option to get it at the full price and 2 payment price, whichever you prefer to do. It's up to you. We would love to have you in these courses. We would love to show you this stuff. So if you want to learn more and become a Facebook ads quote unquote expert, this is the way to do it. So again, look for the button below this this video or on the side of this video, and whichever option you prefer, whether you prefer to get it all up front or 2 payments of $149, you can get it today. And this bundle again is only good for the as long as this webinar is live, and it's still live, then you can still get this bundle. Once that expires, once we take it down, you'll have to get the courses separately, and they're $197 a piece. So anyway, that is what I had. I want to thank you for checking this out. I want to thank you for watching. The bonus, we talked about the bonus. I almost forgot about the bonus. Rory, you're supposed to remind me.
Sorry.
So we got the bonus PDF. Now the bonus PDF, if you remember, was the 5-day cheat sheet for Facebook ads for real estate agents. So I want to show you what that looks like. Let me see if I can get in here and show it to you. Thought I could. Let's see. Okay, yeah, here it is. All right, so here's the 5-day quick start cheat sheet, Facebook ads for real estate. So it's a PDF document, and it's going to go through the 5 steps, or it's going to go through the things that you need to do over the next 5 days to maximize your impact from Facebook. So this is a free PDF that you get today just for staying till the end. So you can see it here. This is where you're going to go to get it. In fact, this is the dashboard of the course. So you can see the different lectures in the course when you go get this cheat sheet. Here are all the lectures over here on the left from the Facebook ads for real estate. But you can also go in. If you scroll down below this, you'll see this this PDF preview right here, and you can go through and look at it like that. And actually, the cheat sheet has links to the respective video of the Facebook ads course where I talk about that particular thing. So if you click this link, it'll take you to that particular lesson of the course. So you can go through the whole thing in this PDF preview, but you can also download it right here. So there's a download link. So if you want to go ahead and get that cheat sheet, go to this address that you see at the bottom of your screen, which is bit.ly/realtor cheat sheet. So bit.ly/cheat, and if you click that link, or if you go into that link, it will take you directly into the page that you see on your screen where you can get that cheat sheet. You can download it. You can look at the other lectures of the course over here on the left, and you can look at the cheat sheet and download it right here. So that is what I have, and I'm going to stop sharing my screen. So we're going to jump back into where you can see us on your screen, hopefully. Rory, thank you so much for being on this, man. I really appreciate the time, and I really appreciate all the working on this that you've done. You have helped me increase my knowledge on this substantially on the real estate market, and it's something that I've wanted to pursue for a long time. And I'm really, I really love working in the real estate market with this stuff, and I'm glad we've been working together on this and having what I consider to be a lot of success on it.
No, thank you, Josh. I really appreciate the opportunity to be part of it, and the work that you've done for us is has helped us grow in terms of leads and productivity and dollars. And so I can't thank you enough, and I look forward to continuing it.
Well, thank you, man. I definitely appreciate that. And we're going to go ahead and shut this down. If you're still with us, look for a guide to get the course if you'd like to get the course. And again, we thank you for your time. We know your time is not free, even though this webinar training is free. So we appreciate it, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks again, Rory.
Thanks.